Hello and welcome to Citizens Business Bank Arena for tonight's Major Arena Soccer League game between the Ontario Fury and their Pacific Division rivals, the Tacoma Stars. Tonight's game begins week 12 of action in the MASL as many teams begin to reach the halfway point of their 22-game season. And joining me in the booth tonight, Jose Duran. Jose, we can actually say that Pacific Division rivals in Tacoma, one of their Pacific Division rivals, as this is game number 3 in their 6-game set between divisional opponents in the Pacific. Of course, here, away game just a few days ago in Tacoma. Here they are playing host to the Tacoma Stars. They'll take off tomorrow morning to visit Turlock, and then it's a home and away against the San Diego Sockers.
Yeah, huge game here tonight in Ontario as the visiting Tacoma Stars got the victory at home last game against the Ontario Fury. It's going to be a great divisional game, see who comes out with the victory. Like you mentioned, we're heading up north to face the Turlock Express tomorrow, and the Tacoma Stars face the San Diego Soccer. So it's going to be a great match, key game, a victory for the Stars. That means you're tied with the Fury, and a victory for the Fury means you have 2 games above them.
So the previous game just a few days ago against the Tacoma Stars, Tacoma outscored Ontario 5-0 in the third quarter as the Stars turned a 1-goal lead into a 6-goal lead, and a fourth quarter rally by the Fury fell short as the Stars moved within a game of the Fury in an 11-6 game at Acesso Showwear Center in Kent, Washington. Overall records coming into tonight's contest, Tacoma at 4-6, and Ontario even 500, 5-5 in the Pacific Division. As they get set to tangle here live from Citizens Business Bank Arena. So glad you can join us tonight. The only tilt on the schedule for the MASL tonight here, Brian Tabajay and Jose Duran for now, as we get ready for the national anthem here from Ontario. Well done from the national anthem singer here from Ontario, California, as the fans get settled into the seats here at Citizens Business Bank Arena. So glad you can join us right here on MASL.TV. The last meeting against Tacoma, like we did touch on, Jose, very briefly, the Fury actually had that lead at 3-1 in the second quarter before the Stars really picked up the pace, scoring the next 8 goals. So Ontario played the entire fourth quarter with an extra attacker actually in goal and pulled back within 3 goals, but Tacoma put 2 in the vacated net for the final score. The biggest concern, if there is one, before this kickoff even starts here, Jose, are the scratches on the Ontario Fury roster.
Yeah, that's right. Big scratches off of the Fury roster. Key players like Leonardo de Oliveira and Tino Nunez out tonight, which brings us to Adrian Perez, right? He's going to be one of those players that we have to take a look on, as he did miss last game against these Tacoma Stars due to an illness. Didn't travel with the team. See what he could bring with the table. Another factor against the last game against the Stars was head coach Jimmy Norberg wasn't able to be at the bench. He's in good spirits. He's back at the sidelines for the Fury, and it should be a great one. Like I said, every time you play against a divisional rival, it's actual spark that you get before the game. And these players looked focused in the pregame as they were warming up, and we should see what they do in the next 15 minutes.
Yeah, Jimmy Nordberg, head coach of your Ontario Fury, stepped out to national team-related coaching duties. He's back behind the bench this evening. Assistant coach Dallas Peterson took over up in Washington their last contest against the Tacoma Stars. Goalkeepers coach Gustavo Zampieri, strength and conditioning Matt Holguin, head trainer Shelby Daly, team doctor Dr. Patel, and of course team president and GM Bernie Lilavois. On the flip side, we got head coach Darren Sawitsky, assistant coaches Lance Larson, Mike Jennings, and Kelly Bendinen. Today's officials: crew chief Shane Butler, referee Kia Dinafi, assistant referee Kate Chapman, fourth official William Delgado, and the penalty box official Cameron Blanchard. Of course, Ontario Fury Soccer brought to you by Mark Christopher Chevrolet. Starting five on the pitch for the home team Ontario Fury, the captain Israel Cisse, alongside Francisco Cordiero, the youngster out of Brazil Douglas Lima, Charlie Gonzalez, Thiago Concalves back on the field. Nice to see him after a big toe injury. And also their rookie goalkeeper, Jose Miranda. Starting goalkeeper for the Tacoma Stars, Danny Waltman. Overall record of 4-5-1. As at center field, Nick Pereira. That'll be the player to watch for Tacoma, as Pereira, a familiar face here in the Inland Empire, was on the team last season. Went over to the Silver Knights momentarily, and Tacoma picked up on some good talent there in Nick Pereira. Is first ball into the midst of Miranda. Overall record for the rookie goalkeeper at 5-5. Just underway here from Citizens Business Bank Arena. The Ontario Fury donning their black and red kits, and a turnover. And the first shot of the game just steers wide to the near side boards. Ontario lucky there as they turn the ball over. Raphael Cox, the beneficiary there, and nearly a handball call there. No call given by the officials. Play on as the captain, Cisse, near midfield, controls and settles the ball down. Switch of the field to Charlie Gonzalez, going 1v1 and held up there momentarily, looking for reinforcements. Tripped up, no foul call, and Tacoma's off and running in their predominantly white kits, working from right to left here in the opening quarter. As Nick Pereira, Jose, a double-digit scorer, a point leader on the team for the Ontario Fury last season, finds a new home in Tacoma, and already 6 goals, 3 assists, and 9 points for Pereira as he continues his stint here in his first season with Tacoma.
Now you mentioned the point leader for the Fury here last year, so he's a player that they're really going to have to lock down in order to have success tonight. He's a big number 22. There's a reason why he was a point leader last year for the Fury team, and it's someone that the Tacoma Stars really are in a privilege of having now as a forward.
Along the near side now, Douglas Lima, a second-year player out of Brazil. Maicon de Abreu, another youngster as well for the Ontario Fury. Jiho Lee making his season debut tonight. He came on board out of South Korea last season and finally making his debut here tonight from Ontario. Along the near side boards now, that is McCluskey. And Tacoma will work it all the way back to Waltman now. No pressure given here from Andy Reyes, the Ontario Fury player closest to the ball right now. And they switch the field to Waltman. Deep ball sent in to McCluskey. Nothing doing there. They'll reset, switch the field again. McNeely now for Tacoma. Fresh bodies onto the pitch for Ontario. And now right down the middle of the pitch, shoulder to shoulder they go. Adrian Perez committed the foul there for Ontario. Tacoma in prime location here for a set piece play with 12:18 remaining here in the opening quarter. No score yet here from Ontario, California.
Very shaky start for the Fury in the first couple of minutes. Haven't been able to set themselves defensively, and now a free kick here for the Stars could be trouble.
Pereira, the lone star over the ball, does have Gerstin to his left. Fires it to him right in between the legs of the rookie goalkeeper Miranda, and it's 1-0 Tacoma.
Yeah, you know, we just mentioned it a couple seconds ago. It looks like the Fury are not at all set defensively the first couple minutes, and in that play specifically as well, as we see a couple players not on their toes. Is a quick reset by Pereira, and it's 1-0 Stars.
The Ontario Fury already have their work cut out for them, as in their last contest here, their last home game, I should say. 6 goals from 2 of the scratches here tonight, Leonardo de Oliveira and Tino Nunez. Of course, de Oliveira did have a couple goals up in Tacoma, along with 3 assists to lead the Fury in that loss just a few days ago. Also, MASL Player of the Week, on the Team of the Week, I should say, as Chico Francisco nearly got the first shot off for Ontario that was denied there from Tacoma. Concalves will have to reset, lays it off to Francisco. Now back with Concalves to the near side. Back heel pass, and Concalves nearly plucks out the near side, just wide of the fingertips of Waltman. That ball ultimately ends up and out of bounds.
Yeah, Concalves is really going to be one of those players that we have to be in the lookout here for the Fury. Him and Cisse, the big veterans.
Now off the restart, Concalves with his shot blocked there from multiple Tacoma defenders. They'll reset with Miranda.
Also important to know that the Stars have never defeated the Fury here in Ontario, so something to definitely pay attention to throughout the game.
Never say never. We'll see what happens here and what unfolds here tonight as you join us right here live on MASL.TV. So glad you can join us here, as Jose Duran and myself are here to bring you all the action here from Citizens Business Bank Arena. Lima now to the far side of the pitch. Left-footed shot attempt. Steers just up and over the goal. Jumps up and out of bounds. Fresh bodies across the pitch on both teams. Just under 11 minutes here left to go in the opening quarter. 1-0 lead after a set-piece play. Joey Yerston gets his 6th goal on the season. Give the assist to Nick Pereira. Already on the stat sheet for Tacoma. As Waltman now resets for Tacoma. Reyes, you're pressuring forward for Ontario, along with Perez, Lee, Gonzalez, and De Abreu on the field for Ontario. So a lot of young talent here for the Inland Empire squad. As Andy Reyes now lets loose, and that's actually deflected out for a corner here with 10.5 left to go in the opening quarter. A lot of local talent here for the Ontario Fury. Last year was a big overhaul season for the team. On the pitch right now, you got 2 players remaining from last year's team in the captain Cisse and Andy Reyes. Off that set piece play, nothing doing there. Shot well up and over the goal as Tacoma resets with 10:10 left to go here in the opening quarter. Deep ball sent in to Pereira. Goes 1v1 against the captain Cisse. And Tacoma will have to restart near midfield. Back over to Jameel Cox along the far side. 5 goals, 2 assists, 7 points for Cox. And the Stars as Concalves, Thiago Concalves, joining the team again after a big toe injury. Thankfully, he's part of the squad tonight, Jose, as De Oliveira and Nunez, Bravo as well, along with Marcus Jordan, who's a rookie, Arturo Alanis, who's a scratch as well, second-year player for Ontario. 9.5 remaining here in the opening quarter, a 1-0 lead for Tacoma. Concalves along the near side. Jose, we're going to have to start seeing some scoring chances here well into this first quarter, and about 1 shot on target for Ontario.
Yeah, it's interesting to see how these young talented local players for the Fury are going to respond after losing 2 of their key starters, like we mentioned before. And Thiago, like great player like he is, you know, he provides a lot of defensively, secure in the back, but also offensively as well, as he is a crucial part of the offense. And we'll see how the Fury respond with these the young local talent they have.
Chico Francisco lays the ball back with Juan Gonzalez. He'll steer it to the near side for Cisse. 1v1 right-footed shot attempt is cradled into the hands of their goalkeeper, Waltman. 8.5 remaining here in the opening quarter. As Cisse, your Ontario Fury captain, with the lone shot on goal just a few seconds ago. They'll have to get some rhythm, like you mentioned, from the young core. It'll be interesting to see who will generate most of the possession, as I know I keep saying his name here in the first quarter, but De Oliveira really the catalyst offensively for this team, as you see Charlie Gonzalez try and generate something here along the near side, and he's broken up from his ex-teammate Pereira. Near midfield, dances around one defender, and switch of the field does Tacoma. To Cox, and now Pereira fakes one shot attempt up against the boards, and Miranda does well there to get no real shot attempt there off of Tacoma. Cisse now with possession for Ontario. Ontario will wrap up tonight's contest, win or lose. Head up to Turlock, as that shot's deflected straight up, nearly got into the net. I haven't seen a shot go in like that at all before, and that nearly got into the Tacoma goal there, but it remains out. Still 1-0 here. And I was mentioning, Jose, they'll wake up early, head up to Turlock as they continue this Pacific Division portion of their schedule. The Pacific and the Southwest Division is what remains for the home team, Ontario Fury. They'll dance with Turlock, and so far in the 2 games, as there's a foul there committed by Maicon de Abreu on McCluskey. But the 2 games against Turlock, both here at CBBA, the first game in Turlock this season, 26 goals in 2 games against Turlock. As that one is steered wide, and then the rebound from McCluskey is buried, and it's 2-0 Tacoma.
Yeah, very unfortunate for the Fury defense, but we've been mentioning it since the beginning of the game. They haven't been able to set themselves defensively whatsoever. Just little mistakes like those. It was just the the set play of the first goal, and right here a save by the goalkeeper Miranda that just finds the foot, unfortunately, of a Tacoma star player. It's 2-0 Fury, and we'll see how these young players respond from a 2-0 deficit.
So Vince McCluskey gets his 6th goal of the season. Really a gimme goal there, as the rebound was really laid up and able to tee off there. No doubt about that shot that found the back of the net for Tacoma. A 2-0 lead with 6:41 remaining here in the opening quarter from Ontario. The Ontario Fury would like to thank Mitre USA for providing today's match balls. Mitre, founded in Huddersfield, England, is among the world's oldest sporting goods brands, starting production in 1817. Mitre is a proud partner of Major Arena Soccer League, providing arena-specific match balls to both the MASL and MASL 2. You're watching Ontario Fury Arena Soccer on MASL TV. Catch every game each week on the league's official streaming home, MASL.TV. Also want to get you caught up on social media, fans. Get the latest news on the MASL and your favorite teams. Make sure you are following MASL Soccer on Facebook and Instagram, and MASL Arena on Twitter. And also make sure you follow the Fury online on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Ontario Fury. Don't want to forget about the app as well. All major Arena Soccer League games can be found on your smartphone using the MASL app, available through Google Play or the Apple App Store. The MASL app has links to all the live broadcasts from around the league and archived games as well. So 6.5 remaining here. Ontario trying to survive the first quarter, as Tacoma really carrying that momentum from the last game up in Washington, as they did score at 1.8 consecutive goals against Ontario. Your Fury trying to brush that off their shoulders and get something going here themselves, with Concalves along the near side. Does have Francisco as the option. Charlie Gonzalez tried to flick that one in, and it looks like it was a defensive clearance from Tacoma. A restart coming at the top of the arc here for your home team, Ontario Fury. Cisse, Gonzalez, Concalves, Chico Francisco, and Lima on the pitch on the set piece play for Ontario.
So far, you can really see the absence of Tino Nunez. Handball appeared there, but
nearly a handball. And now the break for Tacoma. Streaking down the near side is Rafael Cox, the midfielder for Tacoma. Does find Pereira, and Pereira will switch the field. Nobody defending there. Too much room to shoot for Tacoma, as that was Troy Peterson who got the shot off. A deflection here will be Tacoma ball. 5:37 remaining here in the opening quarter from Citizens Business Bank Arena. Just outside the yellow line as Tacoma works from right to left here in the opening quarter. Splits two defenders is Cox to the far side. Off the wall, and they'll settle it near midfield. Charlie Gonzalez pinching in for Ontario. Concalves sniffs this one out, but a touch a little too far. And now Tacoma on the break again. Nearly a volley that went into the back of the net off the foot of the Stars. That was Corey Kites. Does have a couple points on the season, one of each. Nearly got his second goal there. Referees calling that last deflection off Ontario. So a corner here for Tacoma. And they put this in the back of the net, Jose. That Ontario is in trouble here. And
yep,
there it is. So Pereira finds Tacoma again. That is Philip Lund. The midfielder gets his 10th goal on the season and make it 3-0 Tacoma here in the opening quarter.
3-0, and, just by looking at the players on the field right now, Tacoma just looked extremely comfortable on the pitch. And look at the body language for the Ontario Fury players. They do not look at all comfortable tonight. Defensively, and giving up 2 goals and set pieces like that. Pereira, like we were saying, is a player we had to focus on. 2 assists on 2 set pieces, something Coach Norberg definitely didn't have in mind tonight.
So, something to think about here on a set piece play. Obviously, you have your offensive player that you want to defend. There's no movement when the ball's before the ball's played. We always say in soccer, you got to be on your toes, especially in indoor soccer, where if you're not on your toes, you're not ready for the ball. You're going to get caught flat-footed, and that's exactly what happened on 2 out of the 3 Tacoma goals here in the first quarter. And head coach Jimmy Nordberg wanted speed. We talked to him in the pregame earlier this evening, Jose, and he wanted to streak up and down the field. He does definitely have the speed and talent to do so, but it's been so more possession, not really threatening this Tacoma defense. And so far, Tacoma's done a heck of a job defensively here with 4:05 remaining in the opening quarter. I believe just 2 shots for the home team Ontario Fury that have landed on target. We'll see if things change here as things develop here from Ontario. Tacoma now on the break, a 3-on-2 if they hurry. Overlapping run to the far side. Tacoma elects to play that ball, and out of harm's way, Gonzalez now will play it to Charlie Gonzalez. There's a lane down the near side, but tripped up is Perez. Perez, Jose, you did mention, missed the last contest up in Washington due to the flu. And a restart here coming for Ontario. They work it to the far side of the field.
I want to see what Perez will be able to bring to the table. And like we mentioned, all the young talent that's out on the field, this is the time that you're able to say to coach, hey, I need some more minutes. And exactly what AJ Perez was just doing here.
Perez, the best quality scoring opportunity by far in this game just seconds ago off of that right foot. Concalves tried to steer it into the net there. Wallman reading that all the way. 3:05 remaining here in the opening quarter. A 3-0 lead for the visitors, Tacoma. Nick Pereira now defended from Izzy Cisse, the captain. They'll steer it off the boards and settle down here in their attacking half is Tacoma.
just by that pass by Cisse, you could just tell that the touches aren't quite there for the Fury. As there's a clearance, he wasn't trying to quite look for one of his teammates, but just to clear it out. And that's something that you really don't see from Cisse and these Fury players on an ordinary game.
Yeah, something's going to definitely have to change here as there's a timeout on the field called. I believe that was a timeout called from the head coach, Jimmy Nordberg, trying to draw something up here with 2:39 remaining in the opening quarter from Citizens Business Bank Arena. The next home game for your Ontario Fury, Thursday, January 18th against the San Diego Sockers, the undefeated San Diego Sockers. As the Fury began the final leg of their 6-game Pacific Division stretch by hosting the first of a home-and-home series against their southern rivals out of San Diego. The two teams will meet again 3 days later at Valley View Casino Center. Now, if you haven't been tuning in for some odd reason throughout this MASL season, there are 3 teams that are undefeated. Milwaukee, Monterey, and San Diego all remain undefeated, but at least one of those teams will no longer be unblemished as Milwaukee visits Monterey on Sunday. Milwaukee will definitely have its hands full this weekend as it visits a rejuvenated Sonora team on Saturday night as well. Some news also around the league. Baltimore forward Lucas Roque, who leads the team with 12 goals, was lost for the season when he was injured on January 6th in the victory over Harrisburg. Roque, who was a regular on the MASL Team of the Week, was diagnosed with a torn ACL and will have season-ending surgery next week. So timeout called here from head coach Jimmy Nordberg. What is he telling his team, Jose, possibly on that timeout? If you're the coach, rather, what are you telling your team here?
Yeah, like you mentioned, it just not only just be on your toes, but you have to create the movements off the ball to create the space and finally break that Tacoma defense that's been stellar tonight. But like you said, you see the offense is just being completely out of sync without Tino Nunez. Tino Nunez is that player that provides that behind the back receiving motion with the ball and creates plays for other players. But what you're saying for your veterans like Thiago and Cisse, hey, I want to see more of you all, but more so than not, just to have a steady mindset going forward offensively for the Fury going forward.
Any attack that we've seen so far in this opening quarter, it's been a counterattack for Tacoma as they work a 1-2, and that's nearly steered into the near side of the goal there. But Tacoma will reset again, regain possession here. A very solid performance so far from the visitors as they seek out their first win here from Citizens Business Bank Arena. Charlie Gonzalez now will switch the field to the near side to Douglas Lima.
Good ball.
And here is Maicon de Abreu. Steers it into Charlie Gonzalez. No call there.
Ooh.
This play continues here for Tacoma with a minute and a half remaining here in the opening quarter. Settled down along the near side is Palmer. Goes 1v2. Lays it off to McCluskey. Overlapping run is off the glass. And then McCluskey in the end off the head is no good and wide. Gonzalez now to the far side, looking for reinforcements as he goes 1v2. Perez was the intended receiver on that pass from Gonzalez, and Tacoma regains possession. Under a minute now left to go here in the opening quarter from Ontario. A 3-0 lead for Tacoma. Goal scorers Lund, McCluskey, and Yerston for Tacoma, 2 of which came off set-piece plays for the Stars. Miranda looking for an option up top. Charlie Gonzalez will settle near midfield.
Dangerous
and
ball.
now turned over there as Cisse saves the day for the moment. Steers it to Miranda. Miranda will look upfield and steer it to Lima. Lima goes shoulder to shoulder. Now 20 seconds remaining here in the opening quarter. Perez trying to pressure here. And since that timeout, Jose, we've seen a little bit more pressure from Ontario as Cisse takes the ball away again from his ex-teammate Pereira and draws a foul as well. 8.1 seconds remaining here in the opening quarter.
Coach Norbert not a happy man on the sidelines as he's directing his players to go more offensively. And we saw in the last couple, at least in the last minute, a little bit more of passion from the Fury and the spark of offense that was definitely lagging in the first 15 minutes. But the first quarter's over. It's 3-0 Tacoma Stars in front of the Fury. We should be able to see a next great 3 quarters.
Yeah, you mentioned Jimmy Nordberg was not happy at the end of the quarter there, and definitely some things that we need to switch up here in the second quarter as halftime approaches very soon as well. Your Ontario Fury visiting the Turlock Express. Turlock at the bottom of the Pacific Division right now at 2-10 overall. The Tacoma Stars at 4-6. Ontario at an even 500, 5-5. And like we mentioned just a few minutes ago, the San Diego Sockers sit up top at 9-0. Monterey Flash are at the top of the Southwest Division at 11-0. El Paso 5-6. So's the Sonora Club at 4-6 overall, and the Barracudas sit at 2-10 as well. Milwaukee Wave, best record in the entire MASL at 12-0. Cedar Rapids Rampage at 6-7. Kansas City at 3-8, and St. Louis having a difficult year at 1-11 to bottom out that Central Division. And in the Eastern Division, the Baltimore Blast 9-2, Syracuse at 5-4, the Florida Tropics at 6-5, and the Harrisburg Heat at 4-8. Friday night's games are a heavy scoreboard for the MASL tomorrow night, as Ontario, like we mentioned, will visit Turlock. Baltimore will be at Syracuse. Florida will host St. Louis. Cedar Rapids will host Harrisburg. Sonora travels to El Paso. And the Tacoma Stars head down south from here to visit San Diego.
Yeah, and tonight's game actually marks the Fury's 11th game of the season, putting them halfway point of their 22-game schedule. And after tonight's game, the Fury have 7 games left against the Pacific Division opponents and 4 against the Southwest Division. So it's a key game here for the Fury at the half schedule, with 5-5 being the record. And
Tacoma has a very busy weekend as well. Tonight's game is the first of 3 games in 4 nights for the Stars. After tonight's game, like we mentioned, they'll head down south to San Diego tomorrow night. Then they head home for a Sunday game with Turlock. So busy schedules for both teams, as we're just seconds away from kickoff here in the second quarter. On the pitch for the home team, Ontario Fury, working from right to left here in the second quarter. You have Maicon de Abreu, Andy Reyes, Thiago Concalves, Chico Francisco Cordiero, and for the first time tonight, we've seen Gino Kim, the former Ron Newman Cup champion of the Baltimore Blast. In his second season here in Southern California, Gino Kim on the pitch to start here in the second quarter. Maybe some speed, as head coach Nordberg was alluding to at pregame. What he wanted to bring here in tonight's game was a little bit more speed up and down the wings, and we'll see what Gino Kim does here as the second quarter underway here. Brian Tabajay alongside Jose Duran, live from Citizens Business Bank Arena on MASL.TV. So glad you can join us here from Ontario. De Abreu steered that ball. No one on the back end to receive that pass. That would have been a wide open goal there for Ontario, as they try and cut into this deficit. Oh my gosh, what a save there from Waltman. A better ball from De Abreu. Just a touch finish off the head of Gino Kim, and Waltman does wonders there to keep the shutout alive at 3-0. Tacoma on top of Ontario.
Put some life out of the Fury, and that's something that, of course, Norbrick and everyone here in attendance definitely wants to see more of tonight.
Yeah, that was a brilliant ball in from De Abreu. And a wonderful touch off the head of Gino Kim as well. Wallman doing things right off the fingertip save for the Tacoma goalkeeper. Cisse now, your captain for the Ontario Fury, will steer it to the far side to Lima. 1v1, and now Charlie Gonzalez down in the corner, and cycling through is Francisco. Charlie Gonzalez elects to play it to Cisse. Turn and fires away, and that's saved there off the fingertips of Waltman. Definitely a different energy here in the second quarter already, Jose, that we've seen from Ontario. Quality scoring chances, and already a couple more shots on goal as well.
Yeah, more shots on goal, but those are difficult shots. The one that we just saw here by the Fury, but that's definitely because the Stars are standing very well defended and defensively in the back and are not allowing any space whatsoever for the Fury players.
Miranda now will settle things down for Ontario. Looking for someone up top. It is Adrian Perez and company. As you mentioned, Tino Nunez does a great job as he's the point man on those deep balls. He did have a hat trick in last home game. 3 different players from Ontario did have hat tricks. De Oliveira, Francisco, and the veteran Nunez. As Concalves tried to go 1v1, lost the ball momentarily. He'll play back to his goalkeeper, Miranda. Now Tacoma settling things down defensively. 12-15 remaining here in the first half from Ontario. And a 5-5 record, Ontario doing battle in the Pacific Division in this little stretch of 6 games, and that's just wide as off the foot of Gonzalez. And now a 2v1 developing, and Charlie Gonzalez tried to switch that pass over to Gino Kim along the near side. That was broken up for a second, and now Cisse for Ontario near midfield. 1v1 against Peterson. Gets a shot away, and that's deflected out defensively for Tacoma.
I feel like more comfortable out there, though, with the ball. Oh.
What? And you know what? I can't even emulate just what we just saw there as Cisse, along the near side of the field, delivered the ball inside of the box. A turnaround deflection. I want to say that was Perez. We'll have to see and wait as the Casa Colina instant replay here on the big screen at Citizens Business Bank Arena. But it was Cisse.
What a ball.
And it looks like that might have been Charlie Gonzalez. Nonetheless, it is a 3-1 lead here for Tacoma. And it was Gonzalez officially.
You know, and Charlie Gonzalez just scoring a goal for the Fury out of this game completely. And we say out of these games because you sort of see goals like these that you weren't expecting at all. And it was such a great ball by Cisse and a better finish by Gonzalez, putting the Fury back into this game.
As McCluskey and Miranda get tangled up for a split second, a foul in the end on Tacoma, and a quick restart. Yeah, you know what? That was the first time I was actually stumped on a call, on a goal call there, Jose. But as it happened, I was trying to see if he actually made contact. It went right between his legs. He did a little back heel touch as he was turning and laid it in perfectly. Wallman really with no chance there. He was in perfect position, but just couldn't determine where the ball was actually coming through. And now Tacoma along the near side. Concalves trips up McCluskey. No call there. As for a split second, he did touch the ball first or get possession first.
Has him in the middle.
Francisco now as Gonzalez, the intended receiver there. As Cisse pinching in with the pressure here in the second quarter. Ontario working the ball now and teed up for Lima. That steers wide. Francisco will settle things down. And McCluskey he kind of stuck his head in there as Francisco was essentially juggling the ball there, Jose, along the far side.
But you're seeing a lot more movement from the Fury and a lot more comfortable on the field, and definitely what Coach Norberg said to them at the timeout and into the break got into the ears of the players, and they're seeing a lot more comfortable on the pitch. And as you can see here at the 1 goal they got in, and hopefully they could get a couple more back here.
10 minutes remaining here. Set piece plays deflected off Tacoma. A 3-1 lead for the visitors. As Ontario trying to inject some life into the arena here.
Look at the pressure.
They're doing a great job so far in the second quarter. Cisse now going 1v1. He'll steer it to Francisco, and that's, again, deflected. So Ontario generating a lot more shot opportunities. Tacoma doing a heck of a job defensively to get in those shooting lanes of Ontario. But a 3-1 lead here for the Stars. As Ontario really a tale of 2 quarters so far with 9.5 remaining here in the first half.
Yeah, you're the Fury. You just want to keep the patience. You know, the goals will come. The opportunities will be there eventually. We're still 9 minutes into the second quarter. Look here.
Heck of a ball there. Last minute toe poke away defensively from Tacoma. And out breaks Kites. Kites was expecting an overlapping run, along the far side, but no one there as Miranda cleared and Tacoma regains possession in their attacking half.
It was great that the Fury got a goal early in the quarter. It allows them to set themselves more defensively. It gives them more options to create chances up top. It's 3-1 for the Stars, and so far in the second quarter, the Tacoma Stars are not looking like the team they were in the first quarter. And it's something that to keep on the lookout, because as a team gets comfortable on the field, bad things tend to happen.
Pereira now on the layoff, and to the near side it worked in tic-tac-toe. That was too easy for Tacoma. Give the assist to Peterson. And unofficially, it looks like that was Joseph Carell. He'll get his 4th goal on the season. So it is a 4-1 lead here for Tacoma. 8:25 remaining here into the second quarter. Pereira started that thing off with the attack. What a vital piece of offense they've acquired here in this season. I saw Pereira play in all the home games last year in Ontario. Heck of a player he is. What a talent. He's been around the MASL, but he is a veteran that knows exactly what to do when he has the ball. He does have the skill set, no doubt about that as well. And it's a 4-1 lead for Tacoma. Perez and the Fury trying to generate something here in the shooting lane. Again, we're 2 different Tacoma Stars there. Andy Reyes actually generated a little window there. Got a shot off, and Waltman with the easy save for Tacoma. Pereira with the flick on there. Excuse me, Jose. Go ahead.
That's a game changer to have someone like Nick Pereira in there. Like you just saw right now, he won that ball easily when the defender Santiago Calves, who is a great defender as well. But Pereira, seen him a lot as well as he's the pride of UC Santa Barbara out there scoring a lot of goals for the Gauchos and now doing it for the Tacoma Stars. And if you're the Tacoma Stars, what a privilege it is to have him now as your main focal point offensively. And it couldn't come at a better time. When you're 4-6, a game behind second place of these Fury after defeating them last week, and here we are today at the 4-1 lead, and this is, if anything, exactly what they drew up tonight.
7:05 remaining here in the first half. Charlie Gonzalez trying to apply some pressure here along with Perez for the Fury. Waltman will play it along the near sides to Pereira. Defended there from Concalves. And both players will hop off for a switch. Applying more pressure here are the Fury, but they'll utilize their goalkeeper, Waltman. Perez applying pressure along the far side. Right around Perez.
Great run.
Goes Tacoma, and then along the near side, shot off the wall. That's steered to the far side as a trip and foul there. As Perez will get the blue card. And it looks like he'll head over to the box for a 2-minute minor penalty, as their penalty kill has been struggling, to say the least, Jose. Last in the league, 23.8% success rate overall. On the flip side, if it happens on a power play opportunity for Ontario, they're at 53.3% of the chances on the season. So now it is a timeout, it looks like, on the field. So a 2-minute minor penalty there for Perez, the rookie and local talent out here from Southern California. Get the latest news on the MASL and your favorite teams. Make sure you are following MASL Soccer on Facebook and Instagram, and MASL Arena on Twitter. And make sure you follow the Fury online on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Ontario Fury. My name is Brian Tabajay, joined by Jose Duran here in the booth at Citizens Business Bank Arena as we witness another Pacific Divisional matchup here, Jose. the third of 6 games in this 6-game stretch. A very crucial part of the season. You did already touch on it being the 11th game on the year already. Halfway home and at an even 500. They'll have to do a lot better to make the playoffs this season, as San Diego sits comfortably at 9-0, undefeated at the top of the Pacific Division, and Tacoma nipping at their heels already at 4-6. They're looking to get to 5-6, which would even things out with Ontario and also take the tiebreak.
Yeah, like we mentioning all again, this is a crucial home game against these Stars. But like you mentioned, it's a 6-game span that they're playing divisional rivals. This is the 3rd game in. So far, they're 1-1 within those matches. But from what I've been seeing so far this season for the Fury, they're a lot better than what the record says. It's just been unfortunately hurt with the injury bugs throughout the season. But it's no excuse. Every team goes through that at one point or another, and they're down here 4-1.
You have a couple nearly in for the 5th goal off of that set-piece play. On the penalty kill is Reyes, Kim, Jose Gonzalez, and Murray, the veteran for the Ontario Fury. But a couple close losses on that road trip early on in Harrisburg and Baltimore. And, man, what a shot that was for Tacoma on the power play. No doubt about that goal for Tacoma off the right foot of Yerston. He finds his 2nd goal of the game and his 7th on the season.
Yeah, we've been saying it all night. The Tacoma Stars are definitely on another gear tonight than their counterparts, the Fury. 5 goals so far here, and with 6 minutes left in the 2nd quarter. And the Fury, like we've been mentioning it all night, haven't been able to set themselves defensively. And at times look like they've got themselves together on the offensive part, but not so much on the defensive part. And this is something that Coach Nordberg definitely pointed out to us earlier before the game started. But it's 5-1 Tacoma Stars.
Just under 6 minutes now remaining in the first half. Power play goal given up by the Ontario Fury. Yerston gets his 7th goal of the season. A power play goal for the Tacoma Stars. 5:49 remaining here in the first half, as Ontario's going to have to switch things up here in the 2nd quarter. They did inject some life into the offense at the start of the 2nd quarter. And now Charlie Gonzalez off the turnover along the far side. And a toe save there from Waltman. And now tripped up along the near side is Rafael Cox of the Tacoma Stars. Can call this on that trip up, and a restart coming with 5:31 remaining here in the first half. As we go over again the scratches for the home team Ontario Fury, Leonardo de Oliveira, calf injury. Healthy scratches, Tino Nunez, the veteran, along with Marcus Jordan, Arturo Alanis, and Gerardo Bravo. All scratches as well for the Ontario Fury tonight, as all the young talent has been injected into this lineup. First-year head coach Jimmy Nordberg. First- and second-year players, the majority of the roster for the Ontario Fury. As Waltman now along the far side, we'll switch it back over to Kites along the near side. The last goal scorer, Yerston, who utilizes goalkeeper as well, and then Kites again.
Good pressure.
Now Chico Francisco with momentarily a shooting lane there, and then Charlie Gonzalez plucks out the loose ball, fed it over to the far side to De Abreu, just off the head. Remains out of the goal for Ontario. 5-1, Tacoma leads. Gonzalez lets loose, and that's deflected again from a Tacoma defender. Now Lima, boy, if he tees it up, he's on that right side of the pitch here, Jose. He has a lethal left foot, the youngster out of Brazil. So he'll settle things down near midfield. 4:10 remaining here in the first half. Gonzalez onto the pitch for Ontario. Steers it to the far side for Chico Francisco. And they'll settle the ball down as Andy Reyes hits the turf. Foul call on Tacoma. Quick restart there, and guess what happened there, Jose, off a shot attempt? Another Tacoma start. They are doing their job defensively, getting in the shooting lanes of the Fury here. as Francisco now maintaining possession in their attacking half. Cisse trying to pin them in. And Tacoma, it looked like they just lost footing there, but a foul call given nonetheless as Lund hit the deck. He's up and okay. He'll hop off the pitch after drawing the foul.
And the Stars are just doing their job here. They came here to play a well defensive game, and it's getting in the heads of the Fury players. It's getting in the head of the Fury players as we see them constantly drawing at the ref, calling, wanting to get calls, calling the favor. Not so sure about that one. They have definitely a right to complain there, but like I said, the Tacoma Stars doing exactly what they have to do to get out of here with a victory tonight.
Well, that was a mismatch along the near side boards with Pereira, who's close to about 6'5", 6'4". Andy Reyes is my height at about 5'7", 5'7 and a half. So a foul call as Pereira took a seat on the turf. And a restart ever so dangerous again on the set piece play.
This is where you have to have everyone on their toes, and you want to see Captain Cisse sort of being the leader out there, letting them, their players know that they have to be on their toes on every single play. And fortunately enough for the Fury, they got able to get away from that one without a Tacoma goal.
Set piece play that did not work out this time for Tacoma. 3:05 remaining here in the first half. A 5-1 lead for the visiting Tacoma Stars, seeking out their first win here from Ontario. The captain Cisse dribbles out of harm's way and streaks up to the near side. He'll lay it up to Gonzalez, just a little too much off that wall there, but Wallman does not pick that ball up. He plays the ball, but Cisse will reset here near midfield with Reyes. Under 3 minutes left to go. Perez looking over the real estate. He'll switch it over to Gonzalez. And now Thiago Concalves broken up there from Pereira. Near midfield with 2.5 left to go here in the first half. Charlie Gonzalez. And now De Abreu along the near side. 1v1. He'll lay it up to Concalves. Teed up!
Shot.
And what a shot, and an even better save there from Waltman. Ontario maintaining possession, and there it is, a finish from Gino Kim. And they get their second goal on the night, and it's a 5-2 lead for Tacoma.
And welcome back, Gino Kim, as he finally gets behind the goal. It's 5-2 now for the Tacoma Stars, but the Fury, like we said all night, it's patience is the key now when you're down a couple or 3 or more goals. It's patience as the opportunities will come. The Fury were patient in the last couple minutes. And I was just about to tell you, with 2 minutes left in the game, in the quarter, it's going to be important for the Fury to get a goal back to sort of get you propelled to the second half. It's 5-2, you're back 3 goals, you get one back, and let's sort of just hope that they were able to keep their patience and a lot more comfortableness in the defensive side.
De Abreu with his 7th assist on the season. Gino Kim gets his 3rd goal on the season for Ontario. Tacoma now trying to get a goal back here with 1:35 remaining in the first half. There's a lot of speed on the field right now for Ontario with De Abreu, Lima, and Reyes. Lima now along the far side. Did have Reyes, and everyone claiming handball there. Referees say play on. Little push in the back, no call there.
It's definitely a physical game here tonight, but it's because the Tacoma Stars are definitely coming out here and fighting for every single ball and not letting everything be easy for the Fury tonight.
Charlie Gonzalez plays that ball. First touch off of the wall. A little too strong there as 1 minute remains here in the first half. Streaking down the near side of the pitch is Matingu. He gets tripped up there momentarily, and referees calling that call. I believe it was on Cisse there.
Yeah, the fans aren't happy about that call. It might have not been the last minute, when he fell down, but definitely was contact before that play, and it's a free kick for the Stars, and it's definitely been trouble for the Fury throughout this game.
So,
I think there's a timeout here.
Excuse me, Jose. Another set piece opportunity coming up for Tacoma with 50.7 seconds remaining here in the first half. A 5-2 lead. And head coach Darren Sawitsky knows exactly what to do here as he's seen opportunities go in off of set piece plays, and he wants to draw up another set piece play here for his team as they try and build and cushion the 5-2 lead so far. Head coach Jimmy Nordberg on the opposing side, letting his players know, like, hey, they've scored a pair of goals already on set piece plays. Let's get on our toes here. Let's pick out someone defensively and make sure Tacoma doesn't find the back of the net here with under a minute left to go in the first half. That would be, you know, from a difficult lead to get past to an even more challenging lead to dive into if it's 4 goals by the half. As for now, under a minute left to go, and it's 5-2. Tacoma at 4-6 overall on the season. And you were going to say, Jose?
Yeah, and regardless of what the score is, I mean, it's a 3-goal lead, and the Fury are just finding themselves in a lucky situation to just be down 3 goals after the way they've been playing tonight. It's only a 3-goal lead. You know, here in a major arena soccer league, that lead could evaporate in a heartbeat. So it's very important for them to find themselves defensively against this set piece versus Nick Pereira, we've known has been able to find the back of the net 2 times tonight in set pieces. So here we go again.
That ball played off of the near side boards after the restart from Pereira, and Tacoma will regain possession here. Deep ball sent in from Waltman. That's sniffed out from Cisse. Feeds it to Gonzalez. To the far side with Perez. Trying to create a shot here, and fingertip save there from Waltman. Quality attempt there from Perez. Lima now with 20 seconds remaining. Cisse maintaining possession here for Ontario. 14 now 13. Gonzalez will let loose. That's just wide. Almost a handball there, and nothing called. 5 seconds remaining now with Miranda. Cisse with 3, 2, and 1. He'll let loose. That ball sails up and out of bounds, and the half comes to an end with a score 5-2. Tacoma leading your home team, Ontario Fury, as you're tuning in to live action here from Ontario, California, right here on MASL.TV. We're at the half. 5-2 lead for the visitors, Tacoma Stars. We'll be back with the second half here from Citizens Business Bank Arena here in just a few moments.
Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Get it. Let's go. Shoot. Shoot. Score. Yeah. And that's why I'm a proud sponsor of the Fury soccer team.
Refinancing or purchasing a home? Please stop by our booth to learn how we can lower your rate or learn what it takes to purchase your dream home.
Stop by today to get a free appraisal.
Go Fury! Hey Fury fans!
Hi, my name is Bernie Lillavois, team president of the Ontario Fury. We've got some really great opportunities for you to get involved with our team. We're looking for some community partners. That's right, we're going to be celebrating 5 years this fall, and we need your help. You want to find out more information on how to help us out? You can contact me at 909-457-0252, or the easiest way to get in touch with me is shoot me an email, info@ontariofury.com. Go Fury, we need your support. Good, excellent. Why don't you tell the fans a little bit about what AmeriFirst Financial does?
Well, AmeriFirst Financial is a family-owned mortgage company here to service all of your mortgage needs. Whether you're purchasing or refinancing a home, we're the bank you want to talk to.
Awesome. Well, welcome to the Fury family, and to welcome you, we got a jersey for you. So awesome. Here you go. You can drop the ball. We're not going to sign you to the team anytime soon, but here's a jersey.
What are you trying to say?
Here's a jersey for you. Congratulations.
Awesome.
So welcome. Why don't you put that on?
Absolutely. I also got a little something for you too, Bernie.
All right.
AmeriFirst hat.
AmeriFirst hat. So you can reach us at OntarioFury.com or check us out on social media at Ontario Fury. Where can they reach you?
Bernie, you guys can reach me at ckaufman@amerifirst.us or you can reach me at 909-612-8600.
Welcome to the Fury family. Go Fury.
That's right, baby.
All right, buddy.
Thank you, Bernie.
Nice.
Thiago gives it to Leonardo, back to Thiago, who scores! Give Thiago Gonzalez the hat trick! Give Leonardo!
And it helps. It helps to, you know, be a big guy, be quick.
Wow. Wow. I'm not even going to say.
Three was covered. Chico, back heel. Score! Pearly Gonzalez!
Just splendid.
Back heel.
From the Oliveira, sprays it out to the far side to Perez. Perez goes 1v1, gets rid of two players, and then finds the upper 90. Adrian Perez makes it 3-0 Ontario. His goalkeeper Miranda. Under 4 minutes now left to go in the first half. Deep ball sent in for Nunez. He'll take a touch. He'll fire. And he plucks out the upper 90. And it's a hat trick for the veteran Nunez. 6-1 Ontario.
Now Capinos will play his twin brother up when we go. Two passes. They're upfield. It is Abreu.
Come on, come on. Get it. Let's go. Shoot, shoot. Score. Yeah! And that's why I'm a proud sponsor of the Fury soccer team.
Are you looking at refinancing or purchasing a home? Please stop by our booth to learn how we can lower your rate or learn what it takes to purchase your dream home.
Stop by today to get a free appraisal.
Go Fury! Hey Fury fans.
Hi, my name is Bernie Lillivot, Team President of the Ontario Fury. We've got some really great opportunities for you to get involved with our team. We're looking for some community partners. That's right, we're going to be celebrating 5 years this fall, and we need your help. You want to find out more information on how to help us out? You can contact me at 909-457-0252, or the easiest way to get in touch with me is shoot me an email, info@ontariofury.com. Go Fury, we need your support. Hey Fury fans, this is Bernie Lillivot, President of your Ontario Fury, and I have a special guest here. This is Chad from AmeriFirst Financial Ontario. Welcome aboard. We have a brand new partner with the Fury family. How you doing, Chad?
I'm doing great, Bernie. How you doing?
Good, excellent. Why don't you tell the fans a little bit about what AmeriFirst Financial does?
Well, AmeriFirst Financial is a family-owned mortgage company here to service all of your mortgage needs. Whether you're purchasing or refinancing a home, we're the bank you want to talk to.
Awesome. Well, welcome to the Fury family, and to welcome you, we got a jersey for you. So
awesome.
Here you go. You can drop the ball. We're not going to sign you to the team anytime soon, but here's a jersey.
What are you trying to say?
Here's a jersey for you. Congratulations.
Awesome.
So welcome. Why don't you put that on?
Absolutely. I also got a little something for you too, Bernie.
All right.
AmeriFirst hat.
AmeriFirst hat. So you can reach us at OntarioFury.com or check us out on social media at Ontario Fury. Where can they reach you?
Bernie, you guys can reach me at ckaufman@amerifirst.us. Or you can reach me at 909-612-8600.
Welcome to the Fury family. Go Fury.
That's right, baby.
All right, buddy.
Thank you, Bernie.
Nice.
Come on. Come on. Come on. Get it. Let's go. Let's go. Shoot. Shoot. Score. Yeah. And that's why I'm a proud sponsor of the Fury soccer team.
Are you looking at refinancing or purchasing a home? Please stop by our booth to learn how we can lower your rate or learn what it takes to purchase your dream home.
Stop by today to get a free appraisal.
Go Fury! Hey Fury fans!
Come on, come on. Get it. Let's go. Let's go. Shoot, shoot. Score. Yeah. And that's why I'm a proud sponsor of the Fury soccer team.
Are you looking at refinancing or purchasing a home? Please stop by our booth to learn how we can lower your rate or learn what it takes to purchase your dream home.
Stop by today to get a free appraisal.
Go Fury! Hey Fury fans, are you looking at refinancing or purchasing a home? Please stop by our booth to learn how we can lower your rate or learn what it takes to purchase your dream home.
Stop by today to get a free appraisal.
Go Fury!
Hi, my name is Bernie Lillivot, Team President of the Ontario Fury. We've got some really great opportunities for you to get involved with our team. We're looking for some community partners. That's right, we're going to be celebrating 5 years this fall, and we need your help. You want to find out more information on how to help us out? You can contact me at 909-457-0252, or the easiest way to get in touch with me is shoot me an email, info@ontariofury.com. Go Fury, we need your support. Hey Fury fans, this is Bernie Lillivot, President of your Ontario Fury, and I have a special guest here. This is Chad from AmeriFirst Financial Ontario. Welcome aboard. We have a brand new partner with the Fury family. How you doing, Chad?
I'm doing great, Bernie. How you doing?
Good, excellent. Why don't you tell the fans a little bit about what AmeriFirst Financial does?
Well, AmeriFirst Financial is a family-owned mortgage company here to service all of your mortgage needs. Whether you're purchasing or refinancing a home, we're the bank you want to talk to.
Awesome. Well, welcome to the Fury family, and to welcome you, we got a jersey for you. So awesome. Here you go. You can drop the ball. We're not going to sign you to the team anytime soon, but here's a jersey.
What are you trying to say?
Here's a jersey for you. Congratulations.
Awesome.
So welcome. Why don't you put that on?
Absolutely. I also got a little something for you too, Bernie.
All right.
AmeriFirst hat.
AmeriFirst hat. So you can reach us at ontariofury.com or check us out on social media at Ontario Fury. Where can they reach you?
Bernie, you guys can reach me at ckaufman@amerifirst.us. Or you can reach me at 909-612-8600.
Welcome to the Fury family. Go Fury.
That's right, baby.
All right, buddy.
Thank you, Bernie.
Nice. Awesome. Well, welcome to the Fury family, and to welcome you, we got a jersey for you. So here you go. You can drop the ball. We're not going to sign you to the team anytime soon, but here's a jersey. Here's a jersey for you. Congratulations.
Awesome.
So welcome.
Thank you.
Hello, fans, and welcome back inside Citizens Business Bank Arena here from Ontario, California. So we're so glad you can join us right here on MASL.TV. My name is Brian Tabjay, joined by Jose Duran here. As Jose, we saw a tale of two quarters for the home team Ontario Fury. What did you see in that first quarter, in the second, and what do you need to see for them in the second half?
Family, go Fury.
Yeah, you know, for the first quarter and the first half, definitely saw a little bit of impatience in the defensive side, not being able to set themselves up. But as the game went on, they got a little more comfortable on the field and was able to see that in the second quarter with them being able to get 2 goals. What I want to see them in this quarter and a half is just moving off the ball. We got to create the spaces and be able to finally break down that Tacoma Stars defense that they did, but not with an ease that they wish that they had done so.
Yeah, you mentioned, you know, Lima streaking down the near side of the field, plays it off the wall, and Chico Francisco had it teed up off of that wall and just had a bad touch there. But Jose, you touched on a few things. The first quarter, Ontario team. The second quarter, a completely different team creating chances, and Tacoma still doing a heck of a job defensively, getting in those shoots for Ontario and really making it difficult for the Fury players to get clean looks. A mix-up right in front of Waltman as Charlie Gonzalez found the back of the net off his back heel as he was turning into the goal. And then Tacoma, of course, getting those 2 set-piece play goals created from Nick Pereira for Tacoma. Ball sent in, and Waltman plays the ball off his line cleanly. Maikon de Abreu, the Fury player, with the best scoring opportunities so far in the second half.
And aside from Pereira, I definitely think Waltman's a key player for the Tacoma Paris to end before the half ended. That would definitely make things a 5-3 game, and a couple other saves too. A header, if I remember, on the opposite side of the field. So he's definitely someone to keep on the lookout, and something that the Fury are kind of trying to break him apart.
Deep ball sent in, intended for Pereira. He was tangled up there with Gonzalez. Miranda played the ball off his back line, and now Gonzalez near midfield. Lima now, who created that scoring opportunity, goes 1v1 right around the Tacoma defender there. And Lima lays it off to Gonzalez, and a knee save almost from Waltman. Cisse's teeing it up and just wide out of the reach of Waltman. Shoulder to shoulder goes Perez. Along the far side boards, he's tangled up with a couple Tacoma Stars. Cisse's shot just steered wide. Ontario still maintaining possession. And that's Tacoma on the break with Cox. Cox tried to get it up to Yerson, who does have a pair of goals already on the night, as Cisse will now play his goalkeeper Miranda. Fresh bodies onto the field for Ontario. Perez along the far side, steers it to Charlie Gonzalez. And now Concalves has reinforcements. Perez dancing around one defender, trying to create off that left foot and off the fingertips of Waltman. Corner kick coming up here for Ontario. 11:50 to go here in the third quarter. Second half just underway here from Ontario. And a toe save there from Waltman as he spread it out wide there and off the bottom of his cleats there. Waltman with another terrific save for the Stars. Ontario actually, Jose, outshot the visitors 20-8, but more so the ones on target. He was 12 of 14 with saves in that first half was Waltman. And now Perez off the turnover. Tried to thread the needle there to Gonzalez, but Gino Kim now with possession for Ontario. Quick switch to the field there off the foot of the captain Cisse. And now Chico Francisco will let loose that rebound too as well from Kim. Had a quality attempt there. Not the touch he wanted, that close in for Ontario.
For first 4 minutes gone by, two completely different Ontario Fury teams on the pitch than what we saw in the first 4 minutes of the game. They seem a lot more comfortable on the field. I saw a lot more touching and movement, like we mentioned before the second half started. But they got to be careful with these counterattacks.
Cisse going shoulder to shoulder along the near side after Kim with the turnover, and now Tacoma trying to capitalize here in their attacking half. Kim will settle things down here for Ontario, working from left to right on the broadcast here, live on MASL.TV. So glad you can join us here for some Thursday night MASL action here from Southern California. Not intended handball there from Francisco. No whistle there as Cisse continues on with Lima right across the yellow line along the near side. And now Reyes and Maikon de Abreu. Tonight's game, the only one on tilt for the MASL. Tomorrow is littered with games, as I'll get back to that. Yerston now lets loose along the near side. Off the fingertips of Miranda. Looking for the hat trick is the Tacoma Star, and trying to solidify their first victory here at Citizens Business Bank Arena. And now De Abreu will steer it to Charlie Gonzalez right down the middle of the pitch. Plucks out the bottom left corner. 3 Tacoma. Charlie Gonzalez gets his second on the night.
Charlie Gonzalez finds the back of the net, but it all starts with that great through ball put here by Perez and finds Charlie. The good thing that I'd like to see from Charlie Gonzalez, as he got the ball right before he took the shot, he was able to pick his head up, look his target, and now there's a 2-goal difference now. Huge, as it's the worst score you can have. It's a 2-goal difference on your favor if you're the Tacoma Stars, and the Fury are coming with everything. It's 5-3.
So 5-3. Gonzalez, and like you said, that through ball off the foot of Perez was how it all came to fruition there for the Ontario Fury, third goal on the night.
And like we've been mentioning it throughout the broadcast, is finding those spaces and making those movements to break that defense. And finally, out of those first 3 goals from the Fury, we were able to see that the defense will be able to break finally here in the third quarter. And it's 5-3 Stars, 2-goal lead. Anything can happen now with 8:50 left in the third.
Deep ball sent in. As there's a challenge there along the near side. Gonzalez trying to break that up and out of bounds, claiming a deflection there. Well, nothing doing as goal scorers on the night. Gino Kim, Charlie Gonzalez, and a pair of Charlie Gonzalez goals, as Izzy Cisse has an assist as well. And now Tacoma turns the ball over. Perez trying to sniff it out here as Corey Kites played it back to Waltman, and Waltman now steers it out of harm's way near midfield. Off of the head of Concalves along the near side is Cox. He'll drive right around Concalves.
Great defense.
And now the ball steered wide, and Tacoma nearly got their 6th goal there. Off the foot of, it looks like Lund on that last shot. Does have 10 goals already on the season, and 1 on the night so far is Lund, but Ontario with possession now is Cisse along the near side.
And so far for the second half, one of the reasons why the Tacoma Stars haven't been able to be as efficient as they were in the first half of the game is Nick Pereira. Really have been absent here in the second half. Haven't seen much of it. And due part also because of the way that the Fury have been attacking. They have not allowed them to be set up. But keep containing Pereira, get them off the ball, and not let them create any chances.
Careful what you wish for there, Jose. As we all know, Pereira has the talent and ability to create scoring chances. Both of those set-piece goals started with Pereira. As now Concalves near midfield, defended by the aforementioned Pereira. Now Gonzalez will reset with his goalkeeper, Miranda. 6 games on the tilt across the MASL tomorrow night. Ontario will head straight to Turlock after tonight's contest. And Baltimore will visit Syracuse. St. Louis at Florida. Cedar Rapids will host Harrisburg. And now Lund for the Tacoma Stars plays that ball off the glass and wide. Sonora at El Paso, and finally Tacoma at San Diego, as they'll play their back-to-back nights as well before they head back home on Sunday. Deep ball intended for Chico Francisco. And 6.5 now remaining here in the third quarter. This quarter is flying by already. You're watching Ontario Fury Arena Soccer on MASL TV. Catch every game each week on the league's official streaming home, MASL.tv. Waltman plays the ball off the wall. Deep ball sent in for McCluskey, and no foul given there. Play on as possession maintains with Tacoma. Along the far side, they're trying to settle things down with McNeely.
Good pressure here by the Fury.
And now Chico Francisco applying that pressure. Waltman will play it well outside of his box. 5:45 remaining here in the third quarter. Well done for Jose Gonzalez to challenge that ball. And now Tacoma will win it back off of the far side boards, maintaining possession here in their attacking third. They'll utilize their goalkeeper once again in Waltman. He'll steer to the far side with Yurston going 1v1 against Gino Kim. And a foul there on Tacoma. A restart coming with 5:21 remaining in the third quarter. A 5-3 Tacoma lead. Ontario trying to dive into this deficit even further. Plenty of time left here in tonight's contest. Francisco will settle the ball down along the far side and lays it back to Thiago Concalves. And now along the far side again is Francisco. Draws in some defenders. As Lima now, the youngster out of Brazil along the near side. Well done defensively there from Cox, helping out his goalkeeper Waltman, and he'll hang on to the ball for Tacoma. 4:45 remaining here in the third quarter. Pereira defended there from Concalves. And now Peterson for Tacoma along the near side. It was a 5-2 lead and one lone goal so far as Tacoma playing that ball back. They had two Ontario Fury players pressuring Waltman, who played the ball off his back line. And now Gonzalez for Ontario. Thought Lima was there, turned the ball over, and well done to back it up defensively after a turnover. Got in the shooting lane of Tacoma. And now McCluskey steers it to the near side. Beautiful play there from Tacoma. Corey Kites on the stat sheet for the first time tonight with his second goal on the season, and it's a 6-3 Tacoma lead.
For the Fury, and you're beginning to wonder if it's one of those games for the Stars that, you know, for the most part here in the third quarter, they really didn't deserve that goal. But in soccer, it doesn't matter if you deserve it or not. It's if you get it in the back of the net. And that's exactly what they've been able to do here. We mentioned that they were outshot by the Fury at the half. But the name of the game tonight and overall is efficiency. How many times can you get in the back of the net, and can you score more goals than your opponent? And so far, that's what the Stars are doing tonight.
Man, it was another tic-tac-toe goal there produced by the Tacoma team. They're sixth on the night so far. And unofficially, goal scorer Corey Kites, and assist going to Vince McCluskey of the Tacoma Stars. McCluskey with a goal already. Tack on an assist for him tonight as well. The Ontario Fury driven by Mark Christopher Chevrolet. The Ontario Fury would like to thank Mitre USA for providing today's match balls. Mitre, founded in Huddersfield, England, is among the world's oldest sporting goods brands, starting production in 1817. Mitre is a proud partner of Major Arena Soccer League, providing arena-specific match balls to both the MASL and MASL2. Fans, you can get the latest news on the MASL and your favorite teams. Make sure you are following MASL Soccer on Facebook and Instagram, and MASL Arena on Twitter. And make sure you follow the Fury online on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Ontario Fury. Not available to watch the game on a computer. You can also stream the game on the app for all major Arena Soccer League games. The app can be found on your smartphone using the MASL app, available through Google Play or the Apple App Store. The MASL app has links to all the live broadcasts from around the league and archived games as well, if you want to relive any of this MASL action. Under 4 minutes now remaining here in the third quarter. A 6-3 Tacoma lead. Out of the timeout, Ontario trying to generate something offensively, and now the counter coming for Tacoma, and then held up by Cox.
It's very unfortunate that the Fury gave up that goal. They played 11 minutes of solid defensive soccer before that goal was allowed. But you always have to be on your toes. We mentioned it throughout the broadcast and throughout a couple of games as well, that you let your guard down for 1 second and you find yourself back down 3 goals, Brian.
Pereira now pressuring for Tacoma. Kim in his defensive third, trying to wait for something to develop up top. Charlie Gonzalez, the lone forward up top, expecting the ball here from Miranda. That's broken up, and Miranda almost getting caught off his back line. Tacoma finding her way in their defensive half. Just above the goal was Palmer on that shot attempt. Perez now, and claiming that should have been a blue card, but off the turn created a very accurate left-footed shot attempt there, just wide. A restart nonetheless, and a foul call given on Tacoma. 2:33 remaining here in the third quarter.
That's exactly what you want to see more of, the offensive player from the Fury. It looked like I was looking at Tino Nunez by that play he made, and he was able to put that with his back behind his the goal, and here comes the Fury.
Yeah, not that fleet of foot, right, is Perez. And we've touched on that before. But the quality of his shot attempts, the accuracy is there as well. As Charlie Gonzalez calls a timeout for the Ontario Fury to draw something up here off a set-piece play. Let's see if they can get in on the action that Tacoma's utilized on those set-piece goals so far tonight. As Ontario will head up to Turlock for the first time this season. They'll have a home and away back-to-back games against the undefeated San Diego Sockers Club. First one will be here at Citizens Business Bank Arena, and then just 3 days later, they'll head down south to Valley View Casino Center. Sonora will visit CBBA for the first time this season at the end of January, and then Rio Grande will visit Citizens Business Bank Arena for the second time this season. Monterey will come in on the 8th of February. Tacoma will come again at the middle of February, and then San Diego will round out the home schedule for your Ontario Fury. As the Tacoma Stars, like we mentioned, do have a busy weekend themselves. Tonight's game is the first of 3 games in 4 nights for the Stars. After tonight's game, they'll go down to face the San Diego Sockers tomorrow, and then head home for a Sunday game against the Turlock Express for more Pacific Division action. Perez! You couldn't draw that up any better. And it's Perez finding the upper 90 for the Ontario Fury. It's 6-4 Tacoma.
You know, it's one of those good broadcaster curses that just happened here, Brian. You were just mentioning it a couple of minutes ago, seconds ago, that magical left that he has there, and they were able to set that up perfectly off that timeout. Exactly the way Coach Jimmy Nornberg has drawn it up. And with 2 minutes and 32 seconds left in the quarter, it couldn't have been drawn up any better here.
Yeah, so they finally get a quality opportunity and finish off a set-piece play. Worked out to perfection. Give the assist to Charlie Gonzalez. Give the goal to Adrian Perez. And it's a 6-4 game. Right when I say that, it's Pereira who puts an exclamation point on his return to Citizens Business Bank Arena with a pair of assists and his first goal on the night. 7-4 Tacoma.
You know, one of those players, we've been mentioning it throughout the broadcast, that the Fury had to definitely lock down in the second half in order for them to be successful. And as soon as we get that fourth goal behind the net, he's able to strike again, but it's just the talent that Nick Pereira provides. And he's just a big body up front, just easy to just able to turn around And unfortunately for the Fury defenders, they don't have that size to match up with Pereira, and they're back down 3 goals.
That was just about 2 seconds away from saying, here we go again with a 2-goal deficit. Let's see if they can get the next one. And literally 10 seconds later, it's Tacoma back on the board and padding their lead again, 7-4. Here with under now 2 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Charlie Gonzalez with possession along the far side. He'll bring it back across to Gonzalez. Your captain, Izzy Cisse, along the near side. And now Charlie Gonzalez going 1v1 with Tacoma. Tees it up for Gonzalez. He elects to pass to Kim along the near side, and he turns the ball over. And now Tacoma on the break. It is Corey Kites streaking down the middle of the field. Tried to go tweeners right in between Miranda's legs, and he literally just sat on that ball.
Yeah, very fortunate for Miranda here and the Fury. But luckily enough, the speed was way too much for the Tacoma Stars there, and they weren't able to get one back. But it's 7-4, and for the Fury with a minute left, just get one back.
Thankfully, Miranda with a big save there towards the end of this third quarter. 1 minute remaining now in the third. Tripped up near midfield. Right in their attacking half. First time on the pitch tonight is the rookie Willie Ray Goza, making his appearance for the first time this season.
Yeah, and stepping out is number 24, the Tacoma Stars with the blue card, Evan McNeely. So the Fury, like I said, we had success when it's been on their side of the call when it comes to penalty calls. So hopefully they're able to get a couple here back with 2 minutes.
A 2-minute minor penalty on McNeely. I believe it was for tripping. Regardless, it's a power play for the first time this evening for your home team, Ontario Fury. Concalves Gonzalez, Juan Gonzalez, Chico Francisco, and De Abreu on the power play. 48 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Minute 40 remaining on the power play. And a turnover given by Ontario. Miranda playing well off his line. Well done from the Fury goalkeeper there. As Concalves collects the ball in their attacking half, and to restart very quickly here. 30 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Perez, the last goal scorer for Ontario, in out on the power play. Gonzalez trying to tee it up with his right foot. Lays it off to Concalves, and that's deflected there from Tacoma. 15 seconds remaining in the third quarter. A minute 10 left to go on the power play.
Yeah, so far they've seen good.
A tangle up near midfield. No whistle. 6 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Now 5-4. They'll maintain possession along the far side. 2-1 at the end of 3 quarters of play. It is a 7-4 Tacoma lead. When we start the fourth quarter, it'll be a 58-second power play for the home team Ontario Fury.
Yeah, you know, it's unfortunate that Nick Pereira was able to get that goal in the back of the net just seconds after the Fury were able to get one back. But that's what you see right there, how easy it has been for the Tacoma Stars to get their goals tonight, and how hard and challenging it's been for the Fury on the other part. Something that you're not used to, and something that definitely Coach Norberg is scratching his head of as to how he's down 3 goals. But when you go down 3 goals early in the first quarter, it's something that you're going to be in an uphill battle throughout the game, and so far it's been nothing but that for the Fury.
You're watching Ontario Fury Arena Soccer on MASL TV. Catch every game each week on the league's official streaming home, MASL.tv. I want to thank the Fury partners, of course, Mark Christopher Chevrolet, National Community Corps Renaissance, Casa Colina, the Hospital and Centers for Healthcare, Omnitrans, Ad America, Advocare, We Build Champions, Dave & Buster's, iFly Ontario, RPM 12, Sushi Martini, the City of Ontario, Rock Tape, US Bank, Holiday Cafe as well. The list goes on and on. Thank you for the support for your Ontario Fury throughout the seasons. Mark Christopher Chevrolet with the giveaway here in between quarters. Sorry, I was caught off guard because the fans here at the arena throwing the soccer balls onto the pitch. Actually hit a few of the Fury players and Stars players there in between breaks here. Nonetheless, it is at the end of 3 quarters of play, it's a 7-4 Tacoma Stars lead. As the Ontario Fury and the Tacoma Stars battling, jockeying back and forth. If the scores hold right here, Jose, it'll be identical records at 5 and 6 overall for the Fury and Stars. Turlock will remain at the bottom at 2 and 10. San Diego will await the winner of this contest, sitting up top of the Pacific at 9 and 0. As the Stars due to visit them tomorrow night with a tangle down at Valley View Casino Center. Should be a good one to watch, MASL fans, as there's also going to be Ontario at Turlock. Baltimore will visit Syracuse. Florida will host St. Louis. Harrisburg will visit Cedar Rapids. El Paso will play host to Sonora. And that last one on tilt for the scoreboard tomorrow night, the San Diego Sockers will play host to the Tacoma Stars. As we get set underway here for the 4th and final quarter from Citizens Business Bank Arena. So glad you can join us as Jose Duran joins me in the booth. I'm Brian Tabajay. You're watching live action right here on MASL.TV. If you're not caught up on social media, get the latest news on the MASL and your favorite teams. Make sure you are following MASL Soccer on Facebook and Instagram, and MASL Arena on Twitter. And make sure you follow the Fury online on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Ontario Fury. 4th quarter underway here as the Ontario Fury drive from right to left here in the 4th quarter, donning their predominantly black kits here on the power play for another 45 seconds. As Gonzalez trying to generate something there. Maintaining possession is Perez along the far side. 35 seconds remaining here for Ontario. Francisco nearly plucks out the near side. Man, Jose, Waltman has done, I would say, about 4 solid saves with that foot. Makes it look so easy as Chico Francisco tried to counter that save with a goal of his own tonight. Just steered wide of the post.
There's been 3 or 4 key plays that Waltman's been able to get out of the net here.
Trying to play a 2-man advantage here is Ontario, and that just steered wide as we're playing with the extra attacker as well. And Gonzalez nearly plucked out the top of that corner. Waltman literally just kissed the glass because he knew that was inches away, as the power play will come to an end here with no goal scored for Ontario. As the extra attacker still on the pitch for Ontario. Miranda not in his goal, and Tacoma did not take advantage of the extra attacker, Jose Manuel Gonzalez. As they're trying to generate some goals here with the extra attacker. Andy Reyes on the pitch now for Ontario. Jose Manuel Gonzalez, the brother of Charlie, on the pitch as well, along with Chico Francisco, Perez, and Cisse. And now Perez trying to work wonders here, trying to get a quality shot attempt. That rolls easily into the midst of the goalkeeper, Waltman.
You know, you mentioned, Brian, if the score remains the same, the Tacoma Stars will tie and take over second place of the entire Fury at 5 and 6. And a lot of credit goes to head coach Darren Sawatsky, who was able to bring a team from 3 and 6 and somehow have them in second place in the division. And like we've been saying throughout the broadcast, it helps to have a leader and a forward like Nick Pereira out there, who's definitely been the focal point tonight and the player that has been creating nothing but headaches for the Ontario defense.
13 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter. Kim applying pressure along the far side, forcing the play upfield for Tacoma. Francisco trying to settle that ball down, and what so often is with Pereira, mismatch as far as height and size. Cisse now dribbling past Pereira, plays it off the wall and rolls to the far side. No one on the back end for Ontario on that play, as Hansen dribbled out of harm's way for Tacoma. Now Gonzalez playing as the extra attacker for Ontario. Lays it off to his brother Charlie. To the near side is De Abreu. Goes in between one pair of legs there, and Waltman caught that at the last second. Making it look easy again is the Tacoma goalkeeper.
Yeah, the way Waltman's been tonight, that's definitely going to need a harder strike than that to beat him, because he's been short of phenomenal here for the Tacoma Stars.
It is along the far side. He'll utilize his goalkeeper. 11:55 remaining in the fourth quarter. McCluskey along the far side, defended by Concalves. With Gonzalez and Cordero applying pressure for Ontario. De Abreu settles that down and gives that right back. And now Regosa steers it to the far side, right into the wheelhouse of Charlie Gonzalez. That's a hat trick for the youngster Charlie Gonzalez, and it's 7-5 Tacoma.
You know, it's all about the pressure that the Fury have been able to mount here on the Stars. Most of the goals that they've gotten have been the turnovers from the Tacoma Stars, but that we've been mentioning it to the broadcast as well, is patience, patience, patience. The opportunities are going to come, but you have to have that patience in order for those opportunities to get you a goal. And for the Fury, you're able to get a couple goals here due to those turnovers. You know, the goalkeeper at itself, he's a goalkeeper for a reason. He can't play with the ball as well as other players on the field, and they were able to show that here as the goalkeeper gives it away, and it's now a 2-goal lead for the Tacoma Stars.
I'll say it again. It's that ever so tricky 2-goal lead.
Yeah.
As Pereira double team there from Kim and company, and they'll win it back momentarily, but Tacoma maintaining possession here with a 2-goal lead at 7-5. Waltman off his back line. And now Pereira will play the ball, defended there from Concalves.
Such a big body.
Yeah, his frame is really no joke in arena soccer, as he stands at about 6'4", is Pereira. And so quick on that touch. And so smart on the ball is Pereira. But now it is to come along the near side, right off the wall, and that ball will roll all the way to the far side. Andy Reyes kind of misplayed that ball there. Had an opportunity to gather for Ontario, and with 10.5 left to go, it's all Tacoma right now with possession. Ontario still playing with that flex attacker, if you will. Extra attacker. Tacoma now along the near side. Kind of a zone shell defense here shown from Ontario. And then have to break something here and regain possession. Here we go, and tripped up.
That's
no actual attempt to play the ball there. And now Yurston will get a blue card and head to the box for a 2-minute minor penalty. Waiting for the official call, but with 10:04 remaining, let's see if the Fury can capitalize here on the power play attempt here in the fourth quarter.
You know, the reason they won that ball back and the reason they got the goal, as a matter of fact, is what we've been saying, is the patience that they show when they do not have the ball. You know, they're going to get possession, they're going to get those, but just make sure that the Tacoma Stars will be able to get a couple mistakes that they're able to capitalize.
So charging a minor penalty on Tacoma on the power play. It is Concalves, Francisco, Charlie Gonzalez, and Juan Gonzalez collecting here. Perez on the field as well. And Jose Gonzalez playing the extra attacker. So modified 2-man advantage here. Minute 20 left to go on the power play. Chico Francisco with a left-footed shot attempt is easily dealt with from Tacoma. And now Francisco along the near side goes 1v1. Opts to keep it himself and steer it to the far side. That is deflected momentarily, and then off the glass it goes again. On the unlucky bounce is Gonzalez that steers up and out of bounds. Restart coming here for Tacoma.
Yeah, important for the Fury here to get a goal back, whether in the power play or just in general with 9 minutes to go, and that will completely put the Stars on the heels. And the Tacoma Stars, if you're them, if you get out of here with anything less than a point, it's definitely a disappointment.
Cisse streaking right down the middle of the pitch, trying to generate something here with speed. Goncalves now lays it out to Francisco. And well done there from the Tacoma goalkeeper Waltman to keep it at 7-5. 40 seconds remain on the Fury power play. Pereira now shorthanded. Toe poked away defensively from Ontario. And they'll go opposite side to Goncalves. 25 seconds remain on the power play. The hat-trick goal scorer, Charlie Gonzalez, goes 1 and 1 again from Francisco at the top of the arc. Right down the opposite side of the goal. That was perfectly placed from Goncalves. A power play goal for Ontario and a 7-6 lead for Tacoma.
And what a shot by Goncalves, and someone that we've been mentioning it throughout the broadcast as a key player for this game with numerous key players out of the lineup tonight. Goncalves was someone that was supposed to show up, and like we said, he provides a lot of the defense and is secure in the back, but he provides on top as well. It's something that no other player can. Goncalves with a strike, and now the Fury are within 1 goal, Brian.
His 6th goal on the night comes in a very timely manner, a power play goal for Goncalves, and I'm literally running out of room for the stats provided by Charlie Gonzalez tonight. Chalk it up for his 2nd assist on the night along with his hat trick. And it's a 7-6 game here with 8 minutes remaining in the 4th quarter. It's Perez now, and it's very interesting. Head coach Jimmy Nordberg maintaining the extra attacker on the pitch for Ontario. So Miranda remains on the bench for the home team.
Yeah, something dangerous to do here, but when you're down a goal with 7 minutes to go in the game, it's something that it's understandable.
Reyes splits 2 defenders, finds Perez, and that's just wide of the goal. Ontario will recollect and steer to the far side. De Abreu nearly plucked out Raygosa. What a debut it would have been for the youngster. And then a right-footed volley attempt on his weaker foot. Still quality attempt there from Perez. Into the hands of Waltman. Waltman nearly hits the scoreboard on that throw. The play on continues as Jose Gonzalez goes right around Pereira. 7 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter. A 1-goal lead for Tacoma.
They're definitely more comfortable on the pitch, are the Fury, as you see the goalkeeper making that move.
Charlie Gonzalez deflected in a shooting lane. Francisco collects, but that ball is up and out of bounds. Not the touch you wanted there, and he knows it, does Chico Francisco. Timeout on the field. 6:49 remaining here in the 4th quarter. A 1-goal lead for the Tacoma Stars. Another Pacific Divisional matchup here for the Ontario Fury. 3 down, 3 more to go. An important stretch in the season. Halfway through already with 11 games played, or the 11th game, I should say, Jose, being played tonight. What does Ontario have to do with 6:49 remaining here in this 4th quarter? Aside from the extra attacker, do you see any other angle they can play here to get that ball in the back of the net again?
Just keep up the intensity. Keep up the intensity and absolutely no mistakes in the back. You know, for the Fury, a couple of goals that they've allowed have been right after they've scored. And, you know, like they always typically say, you're most vulnerable when you just scored. So just keep up the intensity. Don't allow any mistakes in the back in the backside defensively, and just keep Nick Pereira on lockdown. That's what it is. Keep him on lockdown. Don't let him do nothing for the next 6:49. And the Fury should be in a good way to get this tie.
So plenty of time remaining here in the 4th quarter. 6:49 to be exact. A 1-goal lead for the Tacoma Stars. At one point, it was a 7-4 lead at the end of 3 quarters of play. So consecutive goals here for the home team Ontario Fury. Trying to get that, what's been an elusive game-tying goal so far. Ontario chomping at the bite to tie this game up with the extra attacker on. Jose Manuel Gonzalez still playing as the extra attacker for the Ontario Fury. Tacoma now along the far side is defended by 2 players, but he escapes near midfield and plays it back to his goalkeeper. That was Carrell. Attempted at the switch of the field there. Goncalves gobbles that up. But Tacoma doing really well here with possession with 6:05 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Waltman now, deep ball sent in along the far side, intended for Pereira. And it looks like he played the ball right outside the box. That was kind of, you're having the referee call on the complete opposite side of the pitch. Maybe he was lined up perfectly from that angle. We don't know yet, but the ball played outside of the box.
Yeah, from the angle that we saw here, it looked like the referee was able to see clearly him out the line. The referee closest to the play didn't have the most perfect view. That's discussing that right now. Not so sure what the ref saw, but he did see him come off the line. I didn't personally, but unfortunately for the Furies, a call gone against them. Let's see what they discuss. The
captain, Cisse, right now is signifying that it's, in the end, a no call.
I think they took it back. I think they discussed it, and then they might have taken it back.
So it will be a set piece play again for Tacoma. As we're trying to read here, the ball remains right outside of the box, fans, and Ontario looks like they're lining up defensively, which they will be, as the referees are kind of guiding them to get behind the ball here.
Just looking like a foul, but no card, no penalty against the Fury.
So it'll be Pereira again to stand over the ball with 6:01 remaining here. 7-6 lead for the visitors out of Tacoma. Kites and Pereira. It'll be Pereira, and he just hammers that ball in. No, you can't stop something like that, right? I don't even think Jose Manuel Gonzalez saw that ball, but Pereira plucked out the top corner, and that lead is padded at a 2-goal lead with 6 minutes remaining.
Yeah, nothing definitely the goalkeeper for the Fury could do there, but how it had to do with the fake at first. You know, that first fake sort of throws off not only the wall, but the goalkeeper as well. Might have been a stutter step that he took the wrong way, but Nick Pereira, we've been saying it all night, and we mentioned it a couple minutes ago. If you were able to lock him down, it will be looking good for the Fury. However, he gets another goal in the back of the net. 2 goals, a couple assists. He's been the game changer here.
So when do you pull the extra attacker? Or do you just leave him in the remaining 6 minutes here in Citizens Business Bank Arena at a 2-goal deficit?
Yeah, you leave him in. I mean, he had that extra player out there with them just a goal down. So with 2, you just leave him in.
Gonzalez Nili plucked out that upper 90 along the far side. Ontario maintaining possession here. An 8-6 lead for Tacoma. Fans getting a little anxious inside CBBA, and for good reason, as Ragosa now, they're trying to tee it up perfectly, and that will ultimately end up and out of bounds. Last deflected there from Tacoma. A quick restart, a settle, and a touch for Maikon de Abreu, and that sails just wide. As the ball settles near midfield with Gonzalez. They'll steer it to the near side. And now switch to the field to De Abreu. Perez will go 1-2 with Maikon de Abreu, and that's steered out of harm's way all the way down the pitch with 5 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter. Ontario trying to cut into this deficit here. An 8-6 lead for Tacoma. Cisse now your captain along the near side. Weighing over his options, steers it to Francisco. And now Charlie will play his younger brother. And he'll regain possession here for Ontario. Chico Francisco along the near side. Gets a shot attempt off, and that caught everyone by surprise. As Peterson managed to deflect it for Tacoma. 4:20 exactly remaining here in the fourth quarter. 8-6 Tacoma leads. The extra attacker on for Ontario. To the near side it works is Gonzalez. Now to the far side with the captain Cisse.
Just very well defended by the Stars. They're standing their ground and not allowing the Fury to do absolutely nothing.
Well, this is what they've done all night too. They've been getting in the shooting lanes as well, as Gino Kim nearly goes near post on Waltman. Teed up from Gonzalez, And again, a deflection from Tacoma. Oh, Chico Francisco nearly got that far corner as Waltman was diving the other way. And the ball stays inbounds. Jose Manuel Gonzalez goes straight up with one of the Stars players. That is Philip Lund along the far side. Ultimately a foul call there on Tacoma. With 3:20 left to go here in the fourth quarter. Ontario with possession now. Tacoma in that defensive zone shell, if you will. To the far side it works with Gino Kim. Cisse nearly got a toe on that too. Steered in Waltman's direction, but again, Jose, deflected defensively from Tacoma. They're doing a great job staying in those shooting lanes.
It's so difficult to get a goal with so many bodies inside that small area of the goalkeeper.
Under 3 minutes now left to go in the fourth quarter. Reyes will recollect for Ontario. And they go near side to Concalves. Concalves kind of misplayed that ball. And Tacoma will maintain possession for a second. Now Reyes will tee it up for Concalves. He lets loose and deflected again defensively for Tacoma. 2.5 remaining here in the fourth quarter. And now along the near side, Regosa deflected, and then a shot attempt again off that rebound. In the end, up and out of bounds. 2:15 remaining. Wholesale changes for Tacoma. Fresh bodies onto the pitch. There's a restart coming here for the Stars.
Time running out for the Fury. 2 minutes and 10 seconds left here in the fourth quarter.
There's Maicon de Abreu, the youngster, along the far side. Goes near side, and that ball finds its way to Charlie Gonzalez. And now his brother Jose Gonzalez trying to create his own shooting lane, and that zone defense is really causing some frustration here for Ontario. Not able to get a quality shot attempt off. Because now along the near side, it is Perez going 1v2, and Regosa trying to earn the ball back for Ontario. Finally, that's dug up there. That's Tacoma trying to get it out of their defensive third. Maicon de Abreu steers it to that far side wall, and Waltman's all over it. 1:20 left to go in the fourth quarter.
That's looking like it's not going to be the Fury night tonight, as time's running out for the Ontario faithful here in Citizens Business Bank Arena.
So late whistle there, and Juan Gonzalez delay a game applied to Gonzalez after a little frustration after that foul call. 1:14 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Extra attacker still on for Ontario, but Tacoma playing some zone defense, not really giving Ontario any real shooting lane the last 5 minutes or so, Jose, really. And 8-6 the score remains here with 1 minute remaining here in the fourth quarter. 1 minute. Regosa now applying the pressure. Perez will help out, and he steers it to De Abreu. That's broken up there from Tacoma. They'll play it off the far side walls, going around one defender and two, but unable to find the back of the net is Tacoma. That was Lund on the shot attempt. Well done to generate his own opportunity there, but still with 30 seconds left, an 8-6 lead for Tacoma. Looks like there's a whistle to stop play here at 28.6 seconds left. Blue card given. I was just going to say, it looks like too many men on the field, and that was the exact call. So that'll take the air out of the arena as Regosa will go ahead and serve that too many men on the field penalty. 28.6 seconds remaining here. Tacoma will restart in their defensive half. More than likely just dribble this clock out.
A very disappointing night if you're the Fury. You start the night down 3-0 right away. It's going to be an uphill battle from there. And it's been nothing but that for the Fury. And they haven't been able to at least even tie the game up.
15 seconds and now 10. Charlie Gonzalez trying to generate something shorthanded. Perez now along the near side. Splits one defender, and that'll be it. 3 seconds, 2, and now 1. And Tacoma comes in here into Citizens Business Bank Arena, earns their first victory in the Inland Empire, and a final score of 8-6 as Tacoma will now head down to San Diego after tonight's contest and tangle with the undefeated San Diego Soccer Club. Your Ontario Fury will have an early drive tomorrow morning to visit Turlock for the first time this season, but their third matchup already of 4 with Turlock, this one being at Turlock for the first time. So final score from Ontario, California. The Tacoma Stars victorious here at Citizens Business Bank Arena, an 8-6 win. Another Pacific Divisional matchup with the Ontario Fury. The Fury coming up short here tonight, Jose, and the next game for the Ontario Fury, the undefeated, as of right now undefeated, San Diego Sockers will visit the Inland Empire in a week's time as the Sockers play host to Tacoma tomorrow night.
Yeah, very unfortunate loss here for the Fury, but it just from the start of the game, it didn't seem like they were quite there mentally and physically to match up the Stars. You know, Stars came up with everything to start the first quarter, scoring those 3 goals. And you never think in a game of indoor Major Arena Soccer League that the game's going to be decided by set plays, but this game completely was decided by that and the efficiency of the Tacoma Stars. They knew how big this game was. Tacoma Stars knew how big this game was. Since the last week they played the Fury over in Tacoma, when you go 3-6, now you're 5-6. You're in second place in the division. You're heading over to San Diego, trying to get them to beat them as they're the last undefeated team in the division. So the Tacoma Stars knew the importance of this game. Not to say that the Fury didn't or whatever, but it just looked like Tacoma came with an extra spark tonight.
Couple star players from each team. We'll start with the visitors. And Nick Pereira coming back to Citizens Business Bank Arena for the first time as a visiting player since being part of this team last year. 2 goals, 2 assists for Nick Pereira. And Juan Carlos Charlie Gonzalez, a hat trick and a pair of assists for the youngster local product talent here for the Ontario Fury. Coming up short, unfortunately, here in tonight's contest. As final score from Citizens Business Bank Arena, an 8-6 victory for the visitors, Tacoma Stars. Your next game will be in a week's time as they play host to the San Diego Sockers from Ontario, California. A big thank you for all the production team here from Ontario. We'll see you next time as you can catch all the action right here on MASL.TV. For Jose Duran, I'm Brian Tabajay coming from Ontario, California. A final score of 8-6. The Tacoma Stars victorious over the Ontario Fury. We'll see you next time right here on MASL.TV.